What's going on, guys? This is Monday with M Traders, and today we're going to be talking about natural gas and what happened today. Crazy, uh, freaking free fall today. But let's get behind the fundamentals and see what I think. So make sure you guys stay tuned. See you here. So the first thing I want to show you is the CFTC what is it, report. This is not the actual report, but this is just gonna just showing the changes in position. So the previous short position was 121,000. It went up to 140,000. This was negative 140,000 contracts or traders, whatever. And this is basically updated 22 November at 2030. So I did not see this on 22 November when Friday we spiked up to what, about 2.7-ish area, or 2.64, somewhere around there. However, I do not see this. The reason I started researching the CFTC report, which you can actually just go online and look for CFTC. This is one that I like because I just like to see the changes in quantities. There's a lot more information in the actual report, but this is simple. I like it. It's MQL5 website, and that's what I use. However, there was an article on Seeking Alpha that was saying about the changes in the CFTC COT, adding 2 short positions, and I decided to go ahead and check it out on Tuesday. So Tuesday, this is one of the reasons why I said, maybe I should get out, right? And then we had the weather models, which I'm going to show you. I was like, you know what? I don't like this position. I don't like, being long at these levels. I'm going to wait. And thankfully I did wait. Otherwise I would have been down probably about 20% of my trade. However, I was able to exit for a win and haven't gotten in today. I wanted to buy for sure. However, today we closed at 1 p.m. so I cannot buy any contracts. So I'll wait till Monday for that. So let's go to the next one. So this is the HFIR weather website that I use. It shows the GFS ensemble. It doesn't show the ECMWF, but it does show the GFS. So one of the things that I want you guys to see, maybe I'm just going to highlight it. This is the main thing that I look at. Pretty self-explanatory: hot, cold, blue, red, right? So this is what I see. Okay, well, it's been confirming, bearish. For me, 1.94 is actually bearish. 3.84, it's kind of more bullish. 5, 7. 4.8, but I want to look at it. I want to look at 10. I want to look at 15, 20. TDD. It's not changes from 7.58, 4.8, 3.4, negative. So if you take all that into consideration, and we're like, you know what, this might help me fundamentally from the fundamental side. Don't play it. I mean, it won't help me and say, hey, I'm gonna go long or I'm gonna go short. It just helps me to stay away from the market because it's very indecisive yet. And then you also have the GFS and model changes in the 24 hours. So the closer we are to the days upcoming, like let's say 11:30, we have a very tight cluster right over here. Right? Too big. Let's change it to a smaller. There you go. Very tight cluster because it's more accurate, right? And the farther we go away, the clusters on the weather model runs are getting a little bit more and more far apart. Now this one is kind of crazy. We got the 0-100 hours showing that we're below the 30-year average. This is the 30-year average, which is the red line, and I'll show you right here. That's the red line. Right here, 30-year average. We also showing that on November 9th, we're gonna have a big dip on natural gas consumption. TDDs, we're gonna be below average, and then we're gonna be recovering pretty fast. However, all this stuff is actually not too bullish in my opinion. So we're gonna have to wait for further confirmation on the weather models. This is the 1 to 5 days. If you like to look at the map, how do the 1 to 5 day look? Well, it kind of looks colder on the east and west coast. However, all Midwest, up north, south, Texas, which Texas is one of the highest consumers of natural gas. I couldn't believe it when somebody told me that about 2 years ago. It's like, how? It never snows, right? But they actually the biggest consumer of natural gas. You got air conditioning, right? Which it comes from electricity, which electricity is also made by consuming natural gas. It's also, if it gets cold, a lot more people will be using natural gas to heat their homes. Just remember, it's actually the biggest consumer. So Texas, very important. So if here you see blue, even if it's lighter blue, it doesn't have to be freezing cold, negative 90 degrees, or what was it, like negative 40, like we got Chicago last time. Oh, that was crazy. But it can be it can be 30, 40 degrees. It can be pretty cold, enough cold for people to consume natural gas. We look at the 6 to 10 days. 6 to 10 day, it actually looks a lot more warmer, right? 6 to 10 days, it looks a lot warmer. We have a little bit of cold going into the west coast. Then the east coast, northeast, southeast, it actually also looks pretty warmer than normal, right? We're looking at the 10 to 15 day. It's showing slightly more bullish. However, again, 80% of United States, it's warm, right? So not convincing enough. You get a 16-day cluster. So this is basically another thing that you can be looking at. 16-day clusters are basically the same exact thing as like the 1 to 5, 10 to 15, blah, 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 blah. You can show if there's any changes. Okay, we're seeing a little bit more bullish weather. This is a little bit more bullish weather, a little bit more bullish weather. So it's not too bad. But I think this is going to get priced in next week. You look at the GIF model, the GIF. If you don't like to, look at several pictures, you can just sit here, watch it go, see where we're going. So for me, this is going, it's turning bearish. So we see a lot of pretty warm, cold air coming in, and then kind of getting more mild, and it's staying right here on the warmer than normal weather. So for December, that's not good. So I'm hoping to all this area to be blue, right? That would be good. But again, we're still too far out to see what the weather is going to look like. So hopefully next week we got a better direction on where it's going. And again, the link for HFIR weather, if you do like it, if you want to sign up, it's right below on the description below, so you can get these all live updates at the time when you want. And it has a little bit more stuff: European Union, Asia, El Nino model. Since I'm not a weather person, this is a little bit more complicated for me, right? Which is this area right here. Yeah. So I don't play with that. I just mainly focus on this area right over here, which you can see all the important information that I look at, because sometimes when you want to make a trade, you get a few seconds decision of, oh, what should I play right now? Where can I guide myself? Well, this is what I use fundamentally, and then you also got price action, the technical analysis, but that's up to you, right? Nobody else. So you got to make sure you do your own research before you do your trade. And again, the link is down below. And lastly, what I use is my technical analysis. So technical analysis helps me for my daily entries, right? It doesn't show me for long-term plays, not for natural gas. It shows me for everything else that I play, other tickers, but not for natural gas. Natural gas price action is just another indicator for me to have further confirmation of what I want to trade, because you got fundamental and you got also You got fundamentals and you also got technical analysis. So one thing that I like about the hourly chart, we saw it drop to 2.27, and this is where the buyers really came in and bought it up. That was about probably close to 2.5% dropped on this candle, this 1 hour candle, and about 2% of that candle got bought up. So more than 75% of the candle got bought up very quick. On the daily chart, something that I'm looking at is this uptrend support indicating kind of a direction where it should reject, right? Anything can happen, but this is what I look at. It helps me for further confirmation. We see an uptrend. We did close right above that uptrend line. My bar doesn't let me see it, but we did close slightly above that line, rejected. It got bought up very quickly by the bulls. Also, something to take in consideration is this area right here. I don't know, what do you guys use? I use RSI, SMIs, and stochastic full, but we were extremely oversold on the RSI. We went below 5, I think, when we dropped to 2.27. We just dropped. I think a lot of people got in. Would this be a reversal? No, it wouldn't. But at 2.27, yes, I would have bought it, definitely. I wouldn't mind a 2%, almost a 4% gain on it, on natural gas, because I play a 2 times ETF. Now, that being said, what is it going to be my play for Monday? My play is going to be to go long. I'm going to wait to see what price I should get in, depending if I see volume. Remember, I use a lot of the EMA 9. I like the EMA 9 because it helps me see if there's going to be a trend change. So we see it for the last couple of days. EMA 9 was boss, right? Following it very thoroughly all the way down to here to 2.27. So I think we're going to have a bounce, maybe a double bottom, and then it's going to continue. Again, I'm going to wait to see my entry. I do think that now the risk reward favors the bulls. If I buy my contracts for January 20th, which is that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy contracts for January 20th. I'm going to be buying a 10 call contracts at a time. In case it goes down, then I would average down. But 10 calls, I think I should be good. And then depending on what I see, if I see more bullish weather, I can average up. That's fine. I can average up and I'll be fine with it, right? Because basically I'll be buying it with the profit money. So I'll be okay with it. But that's sometime later on, probably end of December, when I'm going to be making that decision. Right now, all my focus is what am I going to buy and when. So Monday, it's going to be a very important day for me because I would like to get in. There is a ridge forming on Alaska, which would indicate further bullish weather, but it's not 100%. Again, weather models can change and flip-flop in seconds, right? So be careful out there. That's my trade that's my type for natural gas, and those are going to be my trades for next week. And hopefully you guys did like this video. If you guys want to see more or you want to see something else, make sure you do put in the comments below. What do you want to see? What do you want me to explain? I mean, I can do more research on the specific areas, and I can explain them to you, but you got to make sure you tell me something. If you guys feel that there's other information that might be more valuable for you guys, well, make sure you put in the comments down below. Do subscribe. If you want to get heads up on what I'm doing on my trades, go join the Discord chat, which also is in the link down below, and I will see you there. So have a good rest of your Thanksgiving weekend, and see you guys on Sunday when I'm going to be making another video. So see ya.